Hello everybody, Cozy Azeroth here, and today we're going to be looking at Chapter 7 of Learning Basic, or Teach Yourself Basic, for the Texas Instruments TI-99 4A home computer. Chapter 7, I believe, focuses on strings, so without further ado, let's just dive right in. I've got the disk image for Chapter 7 saved into disk 2, so let's load it up. Old disk 2 dot chapter 7. I renamed it chapter 7. There we go. It'll take a minute for it to load. Hope everyone's doing well today. We're waiting for this to load. I actually took the day off today. Alright, let's run the program. I haven't looked at this in years, so I don't know what exactly about strings is going to be covered here. It'll take a minute for it to run. Here we go. Strings. Cute, huh? Learning Basic, Chapter 7, Strings. Please enter your name. Zachary. This time I need your first and last names. Please enter your name. Okay, Zachary Fruley. We'll say shameless self-promotion here. Well, Zachary, now we will learn about strings. Strings are very important in programming. Strings, as you know by now, are collections of characters, both numeric and alphabetic, that the computer does not regard as numbers to calculate upon. Dog, QWERTYUIOP, right across the keyboard there. Zachary, and this random string of letters and numbers and symbols. These are all examples of strings. Actually, the text within the quote marks are the strings, but if you want to tell the computer that a thing is a string, you must put quote marks around it. As an example of what strings can do, let's make a program to tell what letters of the alphabet are in your name. It will also tell you how many letters are in your name. Okay, that's fun. Okay, 20 input. Please enter your name, and then we're going to give that the variable name of $, which is in string. I'm sure you know what this statement means. It is asking you to enter your name. Your name will be the string that the computer will call in $. Okay, this is new. Okay, 30, y equals POS. Take the string and looks like a space inside of quotes and comma 1. Let's see what it means. POS is a string function. It is a way of finding where one string occurs within another string. Y equals POS of this string, the variable in $, a space, and 1 says look at the string and see if it contains a blank. If there is a blank in the string, Y will be the number of characters into the string that the first blank occurs. If there is no blank, then Y will be 0. Seems clear. Okay, so Y equals POS, A string, comma, B string, comma, K. That means search the string called a string, for the first occurrence of B string. Start the search K letters into A string. Y is the number of characters into A string that B string begins. If the search is unsuccessful, then Y is set to 0. Here is a short program using POS. 10 input, enter a string. We'll give that the value of V string, or V $. I'm not sure the best way to pronounce that in English is 20. Input, enter another string. We'll give that name of, or variable name of W string, W $. 30, Y equals POS, V string, W string, comma 1. 40, print Y, and 50, end. The statement, Y equals POS, V string, W string, and 1, searches V string for the first occurrence of W string. For example, if V string equals cat, dog, mouse, horse, and W string equals dog, then POS, V string, W string would be 4. Perfect. Here's a short program. All right, try the program. Enter a string. Let's just use my name again. enter another string. There you go. So yeah, in the middle of my name, Zachary Fruling, RUH occurs at position 10. Okay. Let's try another one. How about, I don't know, one of my favorite franchises, Anne of Green Gables. Enter another string. So how about the word green? So let's see if we can predict how this works. We've got, how many characters in is green? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So this should be 7, I believe. Yep, there it is. Okay, enter 0 for VS. Okay, statement 40 just says if there's no blank in the entered name, go back and ask for the name again. This makes sure that that more than the first name is entered. We want 2 names to be entered. This is another string function, the SEG string function. SEG string lets us take a part of a string and make a new string out of it. Maybe segment a string. SEG string means take the string, a string, and make a new string starting from B characters into a string, C characters long. For example, cat, dog, mouse. B string equals segment the string, a string, and let's see, it would be 4 characters long. Oh, I'm sorry, no, it would be 4 characters in and 3 characters long. That would be the word dog, right? Yeah, so that would give B string equals dog. Here is another little program for you to try. Okay. Let's see. Okay, enter a string. Let's do Anne of Green Gables again. That was fun. Enter a number. Let's see if we can get the word green out of there. So let's see, position 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And let's do 5 characters, and that should give us the word green. And it does, as predicted. Okay, I think we get the principle there. Okay, f string equals the segment the string function, in string, comma 1, comma y minus 1. Just takes the name up to the first blank and calls this new string f string. As you can see, f string is then the first name. Perfect. len. Len is yet another string function. It gives the length of a string. So length of in string gives the length of the string you entered for your name. Okay. There's a blank between your first and second names. So length of in string minus 1 is then the length of your name. '70 is just a normal for next loop. Statement 10 defines a string, Z string, of the alphabet. Now as I goes from 1 to 26, C string goes from A to Z. That's pretty clear. The program looks at your name in string to see if a certain letter, C string, is in it. The number of characters into your name that C string occurs is E. Statement 100 says, if your name does not contain the letter C string, then go on to the next letter. If your name contains the letter C string, the program will tell you so. This ends our program. Statement 130 prints the number of letters in your name. Let's try the program. That sounds fun. Please enter your name. I'm going to print all the letters in my name here in alphabetical order. Your name has 15 letters. So far, so good. We have covered the most important string functions. There are, however, a few more functions that we should mention. CHR string A and ASC of a string. Computers store all information as numbers. For example, the letter B is stored as the number 66. CHR string of L gives the character represented by the number L. Excuse me, allergies today. Characters 96 to 255 are initially undefined. 10 input enter a number. 20 print CHR $ of L. Here's a program for you to try. Enter a 0 to go on. Enter a number between 33 and 255. How about 67? C. Okay, let's do another one. 98. Lowercase b. How about 250? Let's see, that's kind of a user-defined character, right? How about 167? Oh yeah, all kinds of funky, custom characters that are part of this program. That's probably the graphics that make up the string graphics at the beginning of the tutorial. Okay, and 33 is just an exclamation point. Is 34 just the at sign? Oh no, it's quotes. Okay, I couldn't remember. Somewhere in the manuals for this system, I've got a character list. But you get the idea. Each character is represented by a number. Okay, ASC of a string is the opposite of character string of A. If A string is a character, ASC of A string gives the number corresponding to the character. For example, print ASC of C would give 67. Sometimes it is useful to make a string out of a number. STR $ of N does this. Similarly, one can make a number out of a string made up of numbers. Value, or VAL, of N string does this. So let's run through this program. 10, A equals 1.7, 20, D $ equals STR $ of A, 30 print length of D string, 40, C equals value of D $ or D string, 50 print C would give 3 and then 1.7. No problem. This everything there is to know about strings? This is the end of chapter 7. Done. Yes, you can see some of the graphics that make up the special characters that make up the string graphic at the beginning. Well, that was chapter 7 on strings. As I've done in all previous chapters of this series, let's list out the program that makes up this tutorial for completion's sake. Lots and lots of strings in this tutorial, both in the tutorial and in the code making up the tutorial. Special characters, those are probably the graphics at the beginning. As always, lots of subroutines, checking for key presses. Let me press enter to move on, that kind of thing. I'm writing a video game in a kind of a modern but retro-themed programming environment called Pico 8. That is, it's not in BASIC. It uses a modern programming language, Lua, but the code editor is surprisingly similar to the way that the old TI-99 4A code editor looks. Except you can navigate around a little better. You can use your arrow keys and mouse to move around. It's a real pain in the neck if you needed to make a change to a program already entered into the computer on this system. Yeah, lots of string functions. It's kind of a long tutorial. This is a complicated one compared to previous tutorials we've looked at. Just a lot going on getting these little sub-programs inside the tutorial to work. I mean, I've written a lot of programs in BASIC, and this is a pretty complicated little tutorial. Someone did a good job writing this. I really wish I knew who wrote these tutorials. I need to try to contact someone from Texas Instruments and see if I can figure out who actually wrote these. All right, that's the end of Chapter 7 on strings. I'm going to go ahead and end the stream here and upload this to YouTube, so kind of a short video here. If you missed chapters 1 through 6, be sure to check those out on my YouTube channel. You can find me under Cozy Azeroth, my Twitch name, or my regular name, Zachary Fruling. And be sure to tune in either on Twitch or on YouTube for the remaining chapters. We're in the home stretch here. Chapters 8 through 10 are still forthcoming. And I'll get to those in the next days or weeks whenever I get that far. In the meantime, thanks for tuning in on Twitch and YouTube if you're watching this on YouTube. And be sure to like, subscribe, follow, all the above. And I'll be back a little later today, probably with some World of Warcraft streaming, and probably this weekend with some retro game development in Pico 8 as well on Twitch and eventually on YouTube. In the meantime, have a great day, everyone. Thanks for tuning in. Bye-bye.